Greetings, everybody! This is the Starving Martian, and welcome to Collecting the Collective, where we take a look at everything Borg and determine if it should be assimilated into your collection or whether you should resist, although we know how futile that might be. So today we are doing something we seldom do on my channel. We're looking at something that you can still pick up on store shelves. 98% of what I show off here are things from my own collection or things I've picked up from eBay, Amazon, that sort of thing. I like to show off items that nobody else seems to be showing off, and this is definitely an exception to that rule. There's other videos out there on this guy, but we are going through all the various Borg, and I figured it'd be nice to show you something you could actually pick up without having to log on and use your credit card information and that sort of thing. So, this is the Borg drone from Mega Construx. It's from their Series 1 of little Lego-esque minifigures. And I say Lego-esque, they're actually taller than a minifigure. But they are Lego compatible. The little brick stand that he's on there is what you would recognize as Lego brick kind of construction to it. So, anywho, they came out with this in 2017, but I was still able to pick one up with relative ease at my local Walmart. These cost about $4.95 or so, and I think it's a pretty good value for that amount. So, let's take a look at Borg drone. It's well, it's what the name implies. It's a Borg drone, and it's very, very nicely done. Very reminiscent of the early Next Generation episodes before the switch over from First Contact and Voyager. And I do really, really like this guy. So, you see he's got this deathly white face here. He's got this implant going over his eye that is removable. It pegs in on the hole in his head. He's got some tubing over here, which is always nice. He's got one regular hand, one artificial Borg instrument hand. And coming around the back, you see there's little bits plugged into his back there. Nice detailing all around. This bit here of his Borg hand is actually removable. It kind of clips into a gray hand right there. So it's technically he's holding it, but from the right angle it does look like it's part of his arm. He actually comes with two of those. Here's his other one, which you could swap out, and there are slight differences between the two of them. This one's a little more angular, a little more triangular, I guess, and so they're slightly different depending on which style you prefer. I do like the one I clipped in here. I think the other one is the one that it pictures him holding, but I'm always a bit of a rebel. So as far as posability goes, well, like with most of these, they're very highly posable. The head can turn. He's got bend at the waist. The arms here. Oops, those come off. The arms here will come up here. They got full range of motion. You could twist the hands. The legs again swivel out, up. They have a bend at the knee, which is really nice. You know, at the end of the day, I do prefer the the style of the Lego figure, just because it's got its own unique look and style to it. But I do have to say, these Mega Construx figures, they are just like really tiny action figures, and they've been able to put in all the features you would expect from an action figure, such as advanced mobility. In fact, this thing's got more mobility and posability than the Playmates Borg figures we've been looking at, which is pretty darn cool. Now, as far as comparisons go, here he is next to a Lego minifigure, so you can see the size difference. Yeah, it's a Lego Terminator that I built just for kicks. And here he is with a Mega Bloks. There you go. That's a Mega Bloks Foot Ninja. from one of their early Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle lines. It's from the cartoon back in the early 2000s. The Mega Bloks actually had the rights to do Ninja Turtle sets before Nintendo got it, and then Mega Bloks got it back. So this is an old cartoon version of the Foot Soldier, and I quite like him. So you can see he does stack up almost perfectly to the Borg drone. Now what's cool is back in the 2000s, Mega Bloks also did produce some Star Trek related sets. One of them was actually the Enterprise D from Next Generation. I bought one at Toys R Us at the time and gave it to my brother-in-law as a present. And I wish I had picked one up for myself because they're quite expensive. They're well over $100 now if you find one online. But but if you don't feel like shopping online for friends for this guy, well, this is his package, which I'll show off. It says Mega Construx, which is the brand name, but seems to be a spin-off of the Mega Bloks. And on the back, you can see the rest of the figures in Wave 1, including a Jean-Luc Picard. So, yeah, you can get your Borg drone, a friend there. And I just have to say, a little off subject, but I love that Skeletor. I might be going back for that Skeletor. There's also aliens. But I looked at the Picard in Walmart, and the cool thing about him is he actually has a hole on the top of his head. So if you wanted, you could take this little bit here and begin assimilating your Picard, turning him into Locutus. Make him hold the other Borg hand bit, and there you go. So that's pretty cool. It's a nice ability. I don't know if that was intentional or not on their part, if that's the reason why he's got that tiny little hole in his head. I suspect most of them do, just so they can wear their hair and hats or whatever, but yeah, you can definitely begin assimilating Picard, and that's always awesome. So, yeah, that's about all there is to say on the Mega Construx Borg drone figure. So, should we assimilate them into our collections or not? Well, at $5 a pop, I would say, yeah, definitely. Go out now, grab one while they're still on the shelves. As I said, they are compatible with Lego, with all major building block brands. It would be cool to build your own Borg sphere or Borg cube, and or even just a Borg alcove and stick some of these guys in it. He is slightly customizable. He does have that alternate hand things, and you can do a little bit of army building if you so desired. So yeah, for $5, I would definitely say assimilate one or two of these into your collection. So this has been the Starving Martian. We will catch up with you again with more Borg madness later, but until then, keep watching the skies.